Back at the park today. I'm out here by the parking lot. Just gonna take a spin around the path that I cleared. To give you guys an idea how much snow is actually on the pathway. Let me shift into a higher gear here. How much snow is actually on the pathway? You can see that there's a little berm here on the edge of the walkway. There's still a lot of snow that I couldn't scrape off. Lower the bucket so you can see better. And you can see these piles of snow here. This is what you scoop up. So each one of these piles is, I don't know, between 4 and 6 feet tall and probably 8 or 9 feet wide at the base. Give you an idea of the tons of snow on this walkway. And we got some warm weather coming up. This is the kind of a shady side of the park. These trees here, sun being low in the sky. This side probably won't melt as quick, but it will melt. And these pathways will be a lot clearer. And you can see the big chunks of turf I'm going to be replacing later on in the week probably. That'll be one of my jobs, is go around and put the big pieces in the bucket and then walk them over to where the bare patches are, like right down here. Oh, you're going to miss that one. And anyway, there's like a half a dozen piles. Here's another pile. And I come around here, got a little park bench, and so behind these trees, 2 more piles. Another pile over here. That's a pretty good sized pile. We got that one over there. I don't know how many we're up to right now. There's a little baby pile right here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Then over by this tree, there's kind of like 3 or 4 that are kind of that one, that one. And you can see that the snow was falling yesterday after I cleared this. So back up there where you could actually see asphalt, that was because the snow had switched to rain. And this is the snow that was falling. So it's snow and ice. I should probably put the bucket down and scrape this back again. This won't be hard. And that's about the back corner. So that's about where it started getting deep. So everything after this walkway goes back all the way around there, and then there's the bathroom house and the playground where I just was when I started this video. And so I'm about not quite halfway around the park. That big blob of grass that I tore up, that's about the halfway mark, maybe a little farther. But you get an idea, like this is the part of the walkway that was not uncovered by our Toro snowblower, the big tank tread diesel powered driving snowblower. And this is the stuff that I had to dig down and get, and that's why all the piles and everything up to this point is just stuff that had been, it was thinner because it wasn't from all the storms, it was just the last storm. So I'm going to scrape it clean and get the hell out of here, go to another park and do some more work there. There we go. So out here at this trail that I had been clearing with my tractor, just to see if, you know, everything's down to blacktop and see if the snow's melting. These piles are still pretty giant. That big pile just to the left of that tree there is probably about 5 feet tall. And you can see there's quite a few piles. That's just one little section. But yes, indeed, we are down to blacktop, so yay, son. Feels pretty good. This is my sadness here. So I dug up a little grass. It's not so bad. This is pretty bad. Right here. It's a pretty big chunk of sod that I'm either gonna have to replace, or I don't even know where it came from. Oh, here it is. So this is the kind of stuff I look at. So this is a pretty neatly cut piece of sod where, you know, you go around in the snow trying to find the path, and it's easy to cut straight, but it's hard to cut curves, and that's what you end up with. You can see the bucket cut a nice clean edge right down there. Skipped over this part here, which is probably frozen. Cut a little swath out of here. All in all, it doesn't look too bad. But once I get to that point where the snow is really melted, I may come back and come around here, and here's another piece of sod that I dug up. This will probably go somewhere. In fact, I might even replace this now if I can find where it came from. But that's a pretty good piece of sod. I'm gonna see if I can locate where that came from. Put it back. Here's the worst one. You can see I put one little piece in that corner. I got off of that pile. This big piece is in there somewhere. And I fixed a couple other big ones up around the corner. I don't know if I'm gonna keep getting this done. Yeah, there was a few of them. That one bad one that I just showed, that was the worst of them. And there's a couple other really, really big ones that even bigger than that, longer, not as wide, that I was able to pretty much plug up with pieces of sod that I pulled off the top of my piles. And I've walked around, I don't see any really bad scars, so I guess it was good that the ground was frozen. A lot of the stuff that I thought was turf was actually things like, you can see here, there's brush from these trees over behind me. And, you know, when you're up in the cab, it all looks like grass. There's a few more big pieces. I'm going to pick them up. Here's a good one. Yeah, this one looks like a dead beaver, but it's like curled up on one end, but it's about 4 feet long. And it goes over there. There's a wet spot with a little cap of snow on it, and then to the right of it, above it, is a hole. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fix it. Just plunk it down in there. Look at the deer tracks. I didn't squish it down and fit it because I wanted you to really see it. Surprising, that thing weighed about 25 pounds. It's amazing how it all stuck together, didn't break. It's pretty good though. Okay, that's after fitting and squishing with my foot. You can barely tell that it was taken out. I think I'm gonna head back to the truck. I think I'm done here for today. Maybe one or two more spots. I can maybe get them tomorrow.